When I worked in #$big tech, the moments between my frenzied coding sessions were stuffed with climate advocacy. Big and small, on paper and in the streets, in my own private life and in big group meetings and documents. Sometimes a spreadsheet. I did climate advocacy work until I burned out really hard and quit. And I want to distill what I learned to help you organize within your company or community without burning out and while being as effective as possible. Today, I want to talk about the 3 types of climate-focused change-making I saw inside that company, and how these groups like to make fun of each other. But behind the scenes, the real ones know that we need each other. There's a lot of work that needs doing, so let's talk about how I see these 3 archetypes fitting together to drive change. These 3 approaches, we'll call them Jen, Ivy, and Diana. And I love all of these people. I have been all of these people. I have worked with all of these people. I will love and make fun of them equally. So let's start with Jen. Jen loves green juice. She banned plastic straws from her household like 10 years ago. She's full of sustainability hacks. She buys detergent sheets instead of detergent pods. She's a frequent poster in her local Buy Nothing group, and she is an organizer of Bike to Work Fridays. She's been messaging the office facilities manager about painting carpool only on the first row of parking spots. She believes if we all just consumed a little less, made more sustainable purchases, and updated our lifestyles to include more transit, the world would be a better place. Then there's Ivy. Ivy wears enamel pins in the office. She's a member of 17 Discord servers, her local DSA, her local Food Not Bombs, her local tenants union, and the office solidarity union that you didn't even know you had. She always has a petition, she is always organizing for a sit-in or a march. She wants all of you to walk into the boss's office today and declare that you're stopping work until your demands are met. And lastly, Diana. All of these people are women, because they're all me. Diana believes that we should all keep our voices down a little and catalog our concerns into an organized spreadsheet. We should write down some proposals. Let's dig into the numbers and come back with a plan. She thinks if we could just convince our management chain to put sustainability as an OKR, then we could evaluate progress the way we're used to doing. After all this math does work. Surely we can get someone in our management chain to see the right facts, the right figures, the right document, and it'll all work out. She believes if we just play the game right, we can all win. Our bosses won't be mad at us, the company will become a pillar of values in the industry, and employees will get paid to work on the sustainability projects of their dreams. Users and customers will have a true good choice in the market to spend their dollars on, if only we can get approved for headcount and budget. Jen and Ivy and Diana don't always get along. But also, keep in mind, these aren't people so much as they're paradigms. I'm using cutesy terms to personify sets of tactics, preferences, and beliefs, which overlap in each of us, and which we express at different times in different situations. The reason I find these paradigms useful is that they help me conceptualize different strategies and behaviors I see in the world. Activists have different availabilities, politics, and risk tolerances. I might meet someone and think, oh, this person is really drawn to Ivy tactics. Or, this person is a little more in Jen mode. And it helps me figure out how we can best work together. Or I can evaluate in myself, who am I today? What's most needed, and where do I have the greatest capacity in this movement? Would some Diana energy be needed right now? Do we need an action plan to coalesce around? Do we need to get our facts and figures outlined so that we can push effectively towards something concrete? Are we too easily ignored? Do we need a big, passionate show of force to get our demands out into the world and to recruit more people to our cause? Do we need low-stakes buy-in from a lot of people? Where are all those gens who would be willing to join a boycott? Where can I plug in with limited time and resources? And full spoilers, the answer is very often that you need all of them. And if we're one movement's Ivy, we might be another movement's Jen or Diana, and around and around and around. But there is understandable tension between these archetypes. Because I'm gonna be real, I've been talked down to by people who embody each of these perspectives, and who believe their way is the real way, or that the others are totally naive and ineffective, or they're making us look bad, and I'm sorry for being this much of a Libra, but you all have points. What I want to highlight is the positive interplay between these three groups. Jen and Ivy and Diana might not always agree on what's the most effective, but change-making is complicated, babes. And here's the not-so-big secret. Our movements most often succeed when we push on multiple levers of power. And because I'd love to hear less needling between different forms of activist, and less needling between people who call themselves activists versus organizers, and more focusing on expanding our personal capacities, working together, and bringing in people who aren't involved in any initiative. Yet. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're taking care of yourself out there. This video was brought to you by my patrons. If you want to support my future work, you can find me at patreon.com/samkern.